Hey y'all, it's Christy from Elevate Your ABA Supervision, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce myself and share a little bit about my path and how Ascend came to be. I am a boy mom of four. We are very busy. My kiddos love sports. We have a coop full of chickens and a very rambunctious and rowdy dog. Me and my husband and my family, we live in New Hampshire. And although I'm a Southerner, I have to say New England's not that bad either. I started in the field back in 2006 and became a BCBA in 2013. Over this time, y'all, I've seen a lot. I've seen the good, I've seen the growth, and I've seen the burnout. Leadership has always been my thing. I have always loved supporting people, mentoring, training, stepping into a mess and trying to make sense of it and figure it out. Over time, just as with any of us, though, the weight of the work started to catch up with me, especially when I was working for companies that kind of almost maybe aligned or didn't align with my values. Too many cases, not enough support, not enough room to actually do things well. Anybody hearing me here? Anybody feeling me here? I know I'm not the only one. I started to ask myself, is this really how I wanted to live? Is this really how I wanted to practice? So, a couple years ago in 2023, I started my own business, Passion for Behavior. Mostly, I was just trying to find a better balance between work and family. I wasn't trying to start a movement. I just wanted space to breathe again and honestly to fall in love with the science that I knew I already had so many years ago. Once I got a taste, though, of building something that actually fit me and who I wanted to be in the field, y'all, I was hooked. No turning back. I realized how much I loved supervision, not just checking that box for the task list, but truly mentoring RBTs and are supporting upcoming BCBAs who want to make a difference in the field just like I do. That's when I rebranded to Elevate Your ABA Supervision because supervision is where I feel the most aligned with the field. I feel the most effective. And honestly, I feel the most hopeful for the field of ABA, but it's still a lot. Managing multiple cases, staying consistent with staff, keeping up with life outside of work. It is so easy to feel like I'm barely keeping up. And I always had that lingering feeling. There has to be a better way to support my staff and stay sane. So I started building systems. Nothing fancy, just practical systems to help me manage it all. Things that help me stay on top of it without burning out so easily. And so that's really where Ascend comes in. First, I built it for myself, a structured RBT assessment and tracking system that helped me actually know where my staff were and what we were doing in supervision to keep up with what was going on a little bit better. Not having to just follow my gut instinct on what did we do yesterday, or, tracking what they were doing by just the data they were tracking for our clients. But I also then was producing real measurable and skill-based progress data on the RBT themselves. So Ascend started to give me a clearer picture of what my RBDs were doing well with, where we needed more support, and how I could show up for them without reinventing the wheel every time. It tracked growth, it highlighted gaps, and my favorite is it gives direction for training that's actually meaningful, not just spending hours of guesswork trying to figure out, oh my gosh, how am I gonna train this tomorrow? Or my personal least favorite thing in the world is having to micromanage staff. There is no more of that. So alongside that, I also developed the Ascend Supervision Tracker. This is a tool that helps streamline the whole supervision process. It makes it easy to track supervision hours and the contact meetings and all of the board's requirements about RBT supervision so that I can stay on top of compliance without letting it take over my brain. There's no more piecing together data from sticky notes or emails or spreadsheets. Everything is all in one place. And what I really love too is it creates continuity from session to session. I used to have single documents for each supervision meeting and a folder that housed them all, or a spreadsheet that documented the hours and the meeting times, but separate documents that had what we actually talked about. So now instead of feeling like I don't know what's going on from last session to this session, and I don't have to start from scratch every time when I go to a new meeting with an RBT, I use Ascend, which gives me a snapshot of what we've already covered, what's improving, and what still needs attention, with all the details being there from last supervision session so that I know how to bring continuity to the meetings as well. It helps me pick up right where I left off, so supervision becomes a dynamic conversation, not just a static checklist. So, the other cool thing that came out of this system is now scalable. Whether you're supporting one RBT or 10 RBTs, you